Here I want to show you how to create a geometric composition of a certain complexity to basically utilize all of the methods taught in previous lessons so that you can solidify all of those practices in your mind on a muscle memory level. So, after all of the previous lessons that I've shown you with different kinds of methodologies of drawing geometric shapes, I want you to combine all of those different tips and tricks and build your unique geometric composition. Here you can follow along and see what I'm trying to do. I'm laying out a ground plane with these major perspective grid lines that are indicating the potential possibility of 3 vanishing points located far away in left and right corners and down below. And you can see that I'm starting to build geometric shapes that are in line with these guides. And this is a very improvisational process. Here you can see that I'm drawing a pyramid, then I'm changing and, extruding different kinds of parts out of it, beveling certain areas. Here I'm trying to connect this volume to another one with a particular bridge. And have this process be very intuitive in terms of how you are discovering these shapes, but also very methodical and constructive in terms of the method of how you are being able to build these geometric objects. This is a little bit sped up, so you can take this process at whatever speed you like. Obviously, I'm not expecting you to do this with the same sort of pacing as it is shown on screen, but this is just to demonstrate to you step by step how I'm able to do this, and you can do this at your own accord, at your own scale. You don't have to draw this on the A3 size format of paper. You can do this on smaller pieces of paper at first. And again, you're seeing as well that I'm doing this in a very light manner. I'm not trying to outline shapes in a very clear sort of manner, because it will allow me to make less mistakes in terms of correction. Because if you're drawing immediately with very heavy-handed lines, even if you try and use an eraser, you will most likely end up having certain traces of your previous shapes still visible on piece of paper. Now, as I'm finishing off this last section with these light work lines and silhouette indications of this entire composition, I'm going back and clarifying different silhouettes, how they're extruding from the ground plane in the direction from the ground upwards. And again, keep doing this at whatever pace you are able to do at first. Right now, I am showing you just my tempo and with what kind of skill I am able to do this, but this is a result of me doing these kinds of exercises over and over and over. Over time, you'll notice how much more skillful you can become with this same sort of method of drawing, and this can apply not only to these types of abstract geometric compositions. I will show you in the next upcoming sections why these kinds of exercises are vital and important for your development. Alright, now you can see with an eraser, I am adjusting some of the mistakes that I'm making along the way. Again, allow yourself to be not crystal clear precise with every step you take. There might be some areas where you want to go back and revisit, check with corrective methods whether or not you've drawn your geometric shapes, more or less in line and clearly and as solidly as you would like. So, continue on and build as many different kinds of shapes as you like. Here I am imagining this could be some sort of an element of a turbine, and I'm cutting out a section with the subdivision method from this rectangle in a U-shaped manner. Also, remember, try and keep your geometric shapes as transparent as you can in terms of structural integrity so that you can see where all of the lines are progressing, even if you're not able to see due to the certain facets and facades of the geometric object blocking them from your view. You can also introduce organic shapes into this geometric composition, but not too much. Still, you want to try and practice your constructive method and very meticulous method of drawing to strengthen your skills in terms of perception of perspective, the integrity of your geometric volumes. But to balance things, you can also introduce 1 or 2 organic objects that are a little bit more freeing in terms of their plasticity. And it also balances the entire composition in an interesting manner. Now, you notice that I'm again going back and checking with these corrective methods to see that, oh, this line isn't necessarily as precise as I would like it to be in accordance with the vanishing point that is far down below. And again, you can see the importance of it. At first, you might think that what I drew or what you draw might seem a little bit precise and, decent enough, but if you go and actually meticulously check with these corrective methods by checking with the guidelines, you will probably notice that, not all of your shapes might be in line with the perspective, and some of them might be a little bit wonky and out of place in terms of the viewing angle that you choose to draw this entire composition in. I'm following through with almost every single geometric object, and in both the horizontal directions and the direction down below. So in this case, I chose a 3-point perspective view, but I'm so zoomed in on this composition that you're not able to see the two vanishing points that are far up in the horizon line and the one that is below. Here I'm also double checking that this figure is in line with the entire composition. And another additional thing that you might want to do is lightly shade your entire composition just to introduce a bit more sense of depth and a clearer view of certain volumes that might have surfaces that are, bent or curved. Because again, not all of these geometric shapes can be seen with structural lines if they have certain areas that are smooth. So going along and shaping with the particular kind of hatching technique that I'm showing you right now can be helpful to emphasize your geometric composition's uniqueness, and in terms of these forms, what sort of nature they might have overall. Here I'm going through again with some of the extruded volumes, some of the cylindrical volumes that are going past the surface, the initial surface of the ground plane that I've decided to place these geometric objects upon. And again, you can approach this process with as much clarity and precision as you like, but just to show you, here is to what extent you can develop this geometric composition, and you can go even further if you'd like. But for now, this is all that it is to this lesson. I hope you've extracted as much as you can. So, till next one.